Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters and everybody else. Today we're in conversation with Nujum, and I'm happy to say joining us today is Ilias Chair. Ilias, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
How do I say your surname?
Ilias Chair.
Sha'ir, eh?
Yes.
It's a Moroccan name, yeah?
It's a Moroccan name, yes.
So your background is Moroccan?
Yeah.
Full Moroccan?
No, my mom is Polish.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
That is a mix, eh? I don't think I've ever met anybody who's half Moroccan, half Polish.
Yeah, I know. Everyone says it to me. But you see, my mom speaks better Arabic than me.
No way.
Yes,
Really?
yes, really. I would not dare to say that she speaks better Arabic than my dad, but if he sees this,
He's going to be vexed.
yeah, he's gonna be vexed. But yeah, she's Polish, and obviously she's a Muslim.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah.
She converted when she met my dad when she was 17,
MashaAllah.
and yeah, she's holding us together.
MashaAllah, may Allah bless her.
Thank you.
Tell me, how's things going with you here at QPR?
Alhamdulillah, everything is alright at the moment. I'm very happy where I am.
Yeah.
A lot of people support me. I'm getting used to the club now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm part of the furniture.
Well, you've been here what, 5 years now?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
been a strange journey though. I mean, you came in, you went out. How has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been a challenging journey
Yeah.
for me. I've been well in Belgium. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to play football again. So
Why was that?
Because obviously the team that I was in, they said there was no future for me there. So I took a gamble and came to England, obviously, and alhamdulillah, everything went good. Everyone has his own path, so put my trust and faith in Allah, and we are here now.
This story of yours resonates with a lot of people because a lot of people in academies, a lot of players coming through, and one of the things that we do in Nujum is we want to speak to those players and give them advice and give them some sort of support. What would you say to them, looking at your story? What sort of advice would you give them in terms of the journey?
Well, always believe in yourself, always just keep enjoying and believing in yourself, and at the end of the day, don't leave it up to no one else to decide what you're going to do, what you're going to have for your future. So what I mean by that is if you work as hard as possible, and if you believe that you're truly the best, then you're going to have the best outcome. Always be positive, and no one will doubt you at the end.
Alhamdulillah, you're having a great season, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah.
I think, mashallah, besides scoring and providing and assists, many years ago when you were out on loan, you went to Stevenage, yes?
Yeah.
Did you think this would be where you'll be in a couple of years' time?
Yes. Frankly enough, I thought I was going to be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
If I'll be honest with you, I'm a very confident guy.
Mashallah.
I believe in myself. Last year, obviously, we could have had a promotion with QPR, which that didn't happen. Inshallah, it will happen this year. You never know. But yeah, that Stevenage journey was an unbelievable journey for myself. The best decision that I made in my football career till this day, to go out to Stevenage and get some playing time instead of playing the under-23s at QPR, which obviously is a good level, but it's not men's football. And alhamdulillah, it all worked out. So
Ilias, when you were playing at Stevenage and you came back into QPR and then you got that first contract, how did that make you feel when you got that?
Well, it was a great feeling. Obviously, the club trusted in me and they put their trust in me. At the time, the manager was Mark Warburton. He gave me a chance to play, and obviously with the backing of Les, Ferdinand, Chris Ramsey, Paul Hall, Andrew Impey, Alex Carroll, these type of guys have always been there for me since day one that I arrived at the club. With their trust in me and with their backing, every single time they back myself. Ili needs to play, he needs to play. So I just put my trust in myself and gone out there and done the business.
These guys that you mentioned, people like Les, mashallah, they're like, they're people who you expect to lead the path, because they're seen as many people as just not ambassadors but proper role models. Do you think once you've come through what you're coming through now, you are going to be one of those kind of role models?
Inshallah. I mean, it's not easy to be that kind of role model, to be fair, because a lot of people look up to you, and it's not easy to be a great example. Everyone makes mistakes, and everyone has his own views in life. But I mean, for myself, seeing people like Les, seeing people like Chris Ramsey, that have been talking to me daily, not about football only. You know, football is just a small part of life. I mean, you have 80% of the time you're outside of football doing like with your family or your friends, or you're alone by myself. In my case, I was alone for 4 years by myself. So with their support, they actually treated me like I'm their son, and I will be forever grateful for that.
Now let's move on from that, because part of being a role model, especially in the environment that you're in, and especially with what's going on around you, is that because you're Muslim, you're also going to be a role model to aspiring Muslim athletes that are coming through. And at Nujum, these are the people that we work with, the people that we give advice to. How do you think your faith has helped you in this very difficult time, especially when you're, say, single and you're young and you're coming through a club? What has Islam done for you? What's your deen done for you?
It's been everything for me. I mean, just the calmness that you get from praying. Some people need to go see a psychologist. Well, we as Muslims, we just go on a praying mat and pray, you know. So for me, it's been everything. I've been that praying mat has been key for me, key throughout my whole childhood, key throughout my whole career, and inshallah that I'll keep going at this rate.
And QPR, I think, are going way beyond many other clubs I've seen, where they're not just providing you with access to facilities, they actually are helping you go further, like the Friday prayer, which is very rare to find in a club to provide that service. How does it make you feel when they are backing you like this?
It's a proud moment. It's an honor to be a part of this club. You know, they do stuff like that. It's not only, is obviously we do the Friday prayer, and that is the first club I think in England or in the world that even does that. I know with the Moroccan national team we go pray all together, but it's not the same as a club organising the prayers for you. So that is something that it's an honour, and I'm so grateful that that I'm part of this club. And it's not only in terms of that. There's also other stuff that QPR do in the communities that are great. You know, so I'm just, like I said before, it's an honour to be part of this incredible club.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like they've got their head screwed on. They've really understood what's needed for the players, which means if your body's good, your faith is good, you're mentally strong, you're going to be good on the pitch. When a funny period now, this is Islamophobia month, November, and November we're going out and speaking to a lot of people about what's actually happening in the community, what's happening to Muslims in the United Kingdom, and some of the prejudice that take place, unfortunately. What's your advice to somebody, a young athlete in a club that doesn't maybe provide those services, and they want to get in close to their faith, they want to get close to their deen? What would be your advice to them on how to have that discussion with the club, or just even themselves with family and so forth? What's your advice generally on that?
I know it's a difficult conversation to begin with, to have with anyone, you know, because not a lot of people have the same views as yourself. So what you as a person have to do is make sure that what you do in your faith is correct. Is you and Allah. There's the only bond that is, you know. So if that is in order, if you get your bond with Allah in order, then Allah will help you, and put your faith in Allah that He will help you and help to see that maybe one day, maybe it's not today, but because of your words to the club or to someone, will help that person change his mind. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but in a year's time, 2 years time, you never know. So always be patient, and inshallah the right outcome will come.
Alhamdulillah, I think that's great advice. And going from that, one of the things that gives you stability as a single person, of course, is getting married. And I know you're married now, mashallah, tabarakallah, and you have a child. How has that changed your focus and outlook in what you're doing?
Yeah, being married and obviously having a child is a blessing. Since the day that my wife told me that she was pregnant, I didn't know how to feel. Obviously, you're very happy because as a married couple, that's what you want to have. You want to have a healthy relationship. You want to have a child. So I was happy, but I didn't know what kind of feeling was there. I was very happy, but till the day my son was born alhamdulillah, all healthy, strong, and honestly, I couldn't be more happier than that, alhamdulillah. And yeah, it puts my mind away from football as well,
Yeah.
you know. I come home, I see this little human being, mashallah, that will grow and live his life, inshallah. So obviously it's a very proud moment as a family man.
MashaAllah. And the other thing that I think which reflect with that, do you have this other family which is the Moroccan national team, right? And now you're going to the World Cup. Tell us about that. I mean, most of us will never experience that. It's something that we all dream about. Okay. I mean, of course, we've got brother Ebbs. I'm not sure you know him. He's part of Nujum Sports, and he's been dreaming about going to the World Cup as a spectator because he's got no football prowess. But people like myself who've got that ability and had that ability. Sorry, it's a joke for the camera there. How does it feel? You're going to the World Cup.
First of all, inshallah, that I'm going to the World Cup. You know, nothing is determined yet. We don't even know if we're going to live tomorrow. You know,
Yeah.
so inshallah that I'm going to the World Cup, and it would be a great honor to represent my country in such a big tournament. As a young kid, that's all you dreamt about. You know,
Yeah.
you go on the five-a-side pitch and you scream to yourself, "Oh yes, I scored!" And you imagine the crowd
That's
cheering
right.
your name. You know, and you go back home, you see you put on the TV, you see Belgium play Argentina or whatever. You know, so yeah, it's a proud moment for myself, for my family, and inshallah we will do great things with Morocco.
Do you think that this step that you've done in terms of going to the World Cup just going to make you a stronger individual for whatever happens when you return and your future? Because you've got many years, inshallah ta'ala.
Yes, inshallah. I mean, look, the World Cup is one thing, but if you don't, as a footballer, you have to be consistent. You know, as a footballer, we have a difficult life. You know, we're only as good as our last game. So it doesn't matter how well I do now. If I go to the World Cup and I'm not so good, people will presume that I don't have the ability to play on that level. Or if I do well at the World Cup and then I come back to QPR and I don't do well, people will say, "Oh, why is he not doing well?" Blah blah. So, look, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to stay level-headed and just trying to do my business, my football, and just trying to enjoy myself with a smile on my face. And inshallah, Allah will help me go through.
May Allah bless you. Okay, listen, Ilias, I've got a couple of quick-fire questions, and they're not fair questions. Right, so I'm going to cut them down because I can see they're not fair at all. So the first one is your favourite food.
My grandmother's food.
Which is what?
Moroccan cuisine.
Moroccan cuisine. Okay. The second one's quite a hard one, but I think I've got to guess what it is. I've been told by Ebbs this is it probably. But your favourite team?
Barcelona.
He said Real Madrid. All right, well, he's the same. It's got to be one or the other, yeah?
It's one or the other, exactly.
All right. Best talented player that you played with on the pitch that you think this guy's going to do something?
Okay, this went from quick fire to long fire now.
Come on. Somebody you think, wow. You know, you can see talent sometimes.
Yeah, so I mean, Bere Eze, Chris Willock,
Yeah.
Tim, I don't know how to say his last name, Irabugulum, whatever his last name is, but he's a great player. Sinclair Armstrong.
Yeah, of course.
There's so many, you know, there's so many. At the end, talent brings you, just the hard work does the rest, you know. Talent is not enough.
What's your favorite footballer then?
Lionel Messi.
Messi. So have you seen him play live?
Never seen him play live.
So would that be the person you like to see live?
If I'm playing against him, yes.
Oh.
Otherwise, I would not want to be a spectator.
Who'd you like to see live?
If
If you had a choice.
If I had a choice, who I wouldn't see live, I would have liked to see Ronaldinho live,
Subhanallah.
Zinedine Zidane live.
Yeah, Zizou, yeah.
Yeah, the players that I really never had the chance to even go see live. I got a chance to go and see Messi live, but I don't want to. But I've never had the chance to go and see Ronaldinho, Zinedine Zidane, the original Ronaldo. Yeah, the original one. So yeah,
this one's CR7 is still good. I mean,
yeah,
it's still good.
So yeah, these three guys, I would say.
Great. All right, I've got two last things for you. What's the future hold? Of course, you said before that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what's in your qadr al qadar. He knows what happens. but you must have some plans and aspirations. So what does the future hold for you, Ilias?
The future, the future whole, inshallah, that I will be healthy, that my family is healthy. That's number one. And hopefully that I can, as an individual performer, as a footballer, I want to play in the Champions League, obviously. The World Cup is coming, so inshallah I can future in that. So these are my dreams.
Alhamdulillah. And the last thing is, what would be your advice to any aspiring athlete that's coming through, a young person who's got to come through, he's got a long journey in front of him? What would be your one most important piece of advice?
Have fun. That's all I can say.
Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless you. Jazakallah khair. This was In Conversation with Nujum, of course, with Ilias Chair. Jazakallah khair. Barakallah fi kabir.
Shukran.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Alaikum salam.